Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I haven't done one of those videos for absolutely ages. I'm really sorry about that. For the past couple of months, it's been one of those, or two of those months, you know, when everything needs paying for, like insurances, this and that. And of course, our little one is going to school from September, so it is kind of back to school or first time to school, so there's a lot of expenditure in terms of buying uniforms and bits and bobs, so we haven't really had kind of an opportunity to and a lot of time to go in and buy a lot of preps, apart from of course the usual rice and pastas plus occasional bits and bobs. So I was just going to share with you the few little things, and it's a little bit of information throughout about a certain supermarket, just to let you know kind of what's going on, so you're kind of up to speed if you've not been following what actually is happening. So first of all, I think I'm going to start with Asda. Sorry, this is like particularly not the vast amount, and you can see we've been concentrating a lot on specific beverages. However, there's a reason for that anyway. So anyway, yes, the Asda. You might not know, or you do know, the Asda now have started to scale down on their essentials range. Okay, they've taken off 23 products of their essential range off the shelf, just on the time, guys, when the people really need this the most and have the best and cheap available products. They are actually taking some of them off the shelves. That's including some meats. I couldn't find the whole list of the things that should be mentioned. However, I know they include the meats, and I have not seen the Asda's porridge. I popped in there today, there was no porridge available. So it kind of ironically looks like potentially they're going to get rid of really the key cheap ingredients that people use. So it's going to be a little bit unfortunate, I think. And I don't really understand that, considering Tesco's actually trying to do the slightly opposite in terms of adding on their cheap ranges to the Tesco's Express. However, nonetheless, I'm just going to go through a couple of bits I bought from Asda. Okay, I picked up a couple of crisps. Again, that's the usual stock up thing. And I know we've been buying some budget ones from Lidl, but again, Lidl being out of stock of a lot of it, so it wasn't possible. So Walker's crisps are still 2 for £3, okay? And the point is, apparently Mark Draper decided that from, I think, beginning of next year, there's no longer going to be options to do a multi-buys on unhealthy food, and that will include crisps and many other things. So that means our 2 for £3 will be no longer available, and we will be paying £1.75 each. So I will have to be stocking up on certain ones, especially the ones you can buy in a budget range, just to basically safeguard from the price increases. I think it's absolutely diabolical, really, but this is what it is. So is the aim as a prepper, guys? We've got to be looking ahead, knowing what's happening, and prepare, okay? However little the issue is, we don't want to be going without, okay, or overpaying. Another thing in Asda, on our way out, after picking up a couple of bits, okay, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you them now, actually. As you know, if you follow, we have a home bar, and it's not been topped up for a little while. So in Asda, which they are partial to having the new displays of the new products with the freebie glasses and things like that, I've bought a Jim Beam Stag. It's a black cherry liqueur. Okay, 32.5%. It's actually, I had to sample this just to let you know, because it's new one out. It's actually quite a-okay. If you had Jack Daniel's like a honey, it's a similar thing. It's the same strength, so it's got really sweet flavour to it being a liqueur, and you do really get the cherry. So if you do like a cherry or a sherry, it's kind of similar, just a bit stronger. So it's actually very nice. And luckily, because again, we like to collect the different glasses for a bar, they have a little Jim Beam little glass. Not a little glass, it's actually more like of a jug thing. So I was really chuffed with that. 15 quid on a deal for a 70 centilitres. They are currently £19 in Tesco's, and this is without the glass. And there's a glass scanned in at £5, but it was free if you buy this with if you buy a bottle. Another thing I got is, that was from Tesco's. Oh yes, 2 bottles of, 1 bottle of Prosecco, okay. As the Prosecco still have, not say the age, but edge on price, and they do the deal. So I've got one of those. There was £6, sorry. That was, I thought, quite good for Prosecco. It was a couple of pounds off. Also bought one of those Brut Extra Special that was reduced to £9 from £15, okay? And the reason, guys, I'm telling you why we're doing this, it's not like a preppy thing that's going to go like luxury preps. It's not, it's going to go drunk before. It's just me and my other half approaching a very large round number of wedding anniversaries. So we'll be celebrating and we'll be drinking that. So we kind of needed to get something a little bit more different from usual Prosecco. the prices of champagne, okay, is gone a lot, and the cheap champagne, like for £14, has disappeared, and other ones have increased in price. So it kind of becomes really unaffordable. If you do want to celebrate something, you either buy Prosecco or you have to hunt down the deals from Asda and Tesco's. So while I wasn't there, I did buy one from Tesco's that was £15. Again, I think it had like a couple of quid off, but again, that has gone up in price by a few pounds. So I will continue with Asda, okay? On the way out from my little tiny little shop, okay, I spotted they had a reduced trolley and the ladies were scanning stuff in. So, again, it could be prepper item or not, but the full thing is been in the right place at the right time. Mr. Kipling is a unicorn little cake thing. It was £1 from £2, and they had the pink unicorn vanilla flavour icing. So it's basically just pink. It's nothing unicorny about it. It's just pink. It's got a cutout for decorations, but nonetheless, it'll be fun to make with a little one, or I may make it for ourselves, I don't know. But nonetheless, guys, you can put this away in the cupboard and they'll be fine as a prep. If you have children, it's, again, there are cheaper kits out there, but because it's something a little bit more fancier, it's kind of handy to find something that's actually on the deal. Okay, another thing, like, absolutely loved it, Vegemite. One of you commented before that apparently Vegemite, it tastes far better than Marmite. So they had few of them on there in stock. You would not believe this. They reduced to 55p. I bought one and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get another 2. So I bought 3 altogether. I came home, I'm like, yeah, I should have really bought another 3, but it was a small amount left, so chances are there wouldn't be any left. So 3 it is. Absolute bargain. Okay, so with Asda, what else did I get? That's it really. With Asda I find, guys, right, we bought some cider from Tesco's, again I cover this, but I find Asda is stupidly expensive on many things unless you get a deal, okay? Like the ciders, they're £2.25, £2.35, and you get 4 for free, but it still works out like far more. In Tesco's you can buy 3 of them for £5.50, so it works out better deal. So I'm not really sure why Asda is so astronomically expensive, but I generally only now pop in there to pick up some, if I can, keep an eye on the kids' clothing or kids' uniform to see if I can get something. Otherwise, Asda now, it seems to be priced out quite out of the range. So anyway, next thing, guys, let's go with, again, there's very few of the things, but Tesco's, again, right place, right time. I only popped in there to get that specific champagne in there, and I've seen on their reduced shelf they had some Bisto gravy granules. I normally, in my prepping thing, I have the normal cheapish ones. However, I don't have many left, and I thought it'd be a good idea to top it up. I originally, like £5.40, that's just absolutely ridiculous. It's just bleeding green gravy granules. Anyway, it was reduced to like £2.40, so I'm like, I take one. At that price, guys, this is 550 grams. At that price, I was happily having it. I also picked up a couple more of this. I tore out the suet, beef suet. They were on the deal at £2 for the Tesco Club Card members. Also, okay, that's one of the pretty prepping things, right? Like a garden gloves. They are the, who are they? Made by, oh yes, Spear & Jackson. Leather gloves, right? They are a bit big for me, but my hand just fits in there. Okay, they're reduced to 90p, okay? And you know we're talking about prepping. We're not just prepping for food, right? We buy things when we can buy things cheap on the deal, put away for whatever times are. So 90p, 90p. So I'm like, okay, I'm having it. So I picked up 1 and then 2 and then 4. So I thought I bought 5. So here we are, 5 of them, 90p each. You really cannot go wrong. Okay, so next thing we cover, let's do, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, sorry, from Asda as well. Twinings, pomegranate green tea, 60p for 20 tea bags. I bought a couple. We don't really do as much of green tea, but I know the people that do when they come around. So 60p for a pack of tea. That's like really good. So I was really happy with that. Okay, and let's cover Lidl. Okay, I popped into Lidl again the other day and I had a little bit of a shell shock, right? I walked in there to have a look and get a little one some juice, blah blah blah. And I walked away, guys, spending £46. I had one bag, 46 quid. I'm like, I actually double checked with the cashier. I said, so did you say 46? You know, if you shop in a specific supermarket all the time, you probably know, the prices inside out. So when you come to the checkout, you automatically know roughly what you're going to be paying. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't. I didn't buy a lot at all, guys. We're talking, I bought a couple of cat foods. which is now £3.19 from £2.99. I picked up one of those little squeezy squashes, which is now like a squeezy, what's the other brand? Main one, which I've been discontinued. So this is new for them. Couple of little bits and bobs, you know, kids' tights, like £5. I bought a glass bowl, and that was that. And I was in a couple of tiny bits, tiny things that weren't really important. I was like, £46. That was absolutely ridiculous. I've noticed the olive oil gone up by 19 pence again, 20 pence, sorry. So it's like £5.19 now. Many other things went up in price. And funnily enough, when I said it to Daniel there when I was at the olive oil thing, the lady overheard. They were walking by and we started talking, and she's like saying the same thing. She goes, so you go here and every week it's like a surprise, like, oh, surprise, I'm up for like 20p, 50p. So everybody recognizing this, and she felt like, oh yeah, we better start, better start preparing, better start growing that veg. And like, yeah, a little bit too late, but I suppose it's never too late to start prepping. But it's kind of like people starting to just now, some of them just starting to wake and understand. Yet technically it should have been a little bit earlier, but we're all in a different position. If you don't follow, don't watch the news, then you obviously maybe won't understand. However, nonetheless, the people are starting to feel a bit like, this is a little bit ridiculous. Okay, and still there's chalky bars now. As I said, do you remember I've saying to you guys that they were 99 pence because in Tesco's they were 120. They're now 105 in Lidl and they're 135 in Tesco's. Massive price difference with that. I picked up, they had the special week in there. I picked up some udon noodles. They were like 99p, which is, I had those noodles before in the restaurant, but not like dry. They look like a wooden sticks, really. They're pretty cool. So for 99p, I wanted to give them a go. And I decided to buy the Thai red curry kit. I know how to make a Thai red curry. However, sometimes it's just easier when you have stuff in a packet. It was pricey. It was like £2.49, I think. As a sachet, you got everything you need inside apart from meat, obviously. But I thought, I haven't seen that before, so let's pick it up and give it a go. Okay, and then we have, guys, what else we got? Oh yeah, Wilko's. You might have heard the bad news that unfortunately they are going in administration. I popped in when they went in negotiations, potentially picked up some seeds. I kind of pooped out on that because a lot of them have gone because they were selling them up at 75% off for the Wilko's ones. We only have a little Wilko's nearby, so unfortunately, it's obviously how it happened. They didn't have a lot of stock. However, because they are now doing a closing down sale, I think we're going to pay a trip tomorrow probably to a bigger Wilko and we see if we can pick up some other things, really. It's really sad, unfortunately, but obviously that's life, how it goes. So we're going to have a look, see if we can find any other sort of prepping bargains, maybe jars, I don't know. But I did manage to also pick up, because I love houseplants, like really weird, and like a weird houseplant lady. But anyway, they have two pots of grow home, like a grass thing. And I remember one of my friends, it's a child, having that sort of umbrella grass and a seed, and they were reduced to £1.50. The little terracotta pot is like worth more than that. So I picked a couple of them up just to, we can see this with my little one, just grow the plants and, have a bit of fun, if you can call it fun, but you know what I mean. And yes, I picked up, been doing a lot of brewing and preserving, so some yeast and some other preservation things from Amazon. Again, you like just surprised, guys, when you're doing many things, right? Everything that you need to accomplish a specific job will require you to buy something. So anyway, yeast, wine, nutrients, all of the kind of stuff been buying from Amazon. And of course, guys, cannot say enough how underprepared I feel with the jars. If you've been watching it, I've been buying them every time I sort of popped into the Home Bargains, but I haven't been as such popping into Home Bargains for past, as I said, like months or so. So not really been stocking up on them. And of course now, because we're having a peak season for many grown things, including my beautiful tomatoes. If you follow me on Instagram, I think I've done about 10 kilos of green tomatoes that had to be harvested due to the sheer weight of the plant, because I didn't catch it on time, and some blight in the greenhouse. They started ripening, so I've been needing to do preservation a lot of tomatoes. I've done a lot of sauce already. I've done some plums, I've done some chutneys. However, you'd be surprised how quickly those jars disappeared. I had loads, right? But it's just, they're just going super fast. So I need to be popping in a little bit more and trying to buy more than what's available. But unfortunately we're governed by what's on the shelf. And I think, guys, really that's kind of disappointingly it. Oh yeah, and that's one of those, another whiskey things that was from Tesco's. It's actually not whiskey, it's a bourbon whiskey, yeah. They reduced from £36 to like 25 quid. So again, for a special celebration, it's why not. So anyway, guys, so that's that. I think I've covered everything. But it just tells you, right? I'm gonna just not whinge, but just go on for a bit. Like, we all prepare when you can prepare. And this is really, really important. So if you have an ability to buy something when you can, do it then, because none of us know what's going to happen. And if you follow, you know, we've been going through a little bit of uncertainty for a little while with the jobs and stuff. So things been, you know, kind of been a little bit hard. So when you know if you're able to do something, just put some bits aside, because at the moment, obviously that's totally not a priority. But again, as I said, it's a really special occasion. But generally, if I felt like if I wasn't preparing when I could, and now I sort of don't want to go out or have time to go out to buy a lot of stuff, because, you know, we need to buy oil for oil heating, and obviously the insurance, the house insurance, van insurance, many insurances, it's all coming to once, then I'm actually really grateful that I had an ability and have a brain to decide to buy something when I could, and had the ability to do so without interfering with my normal sort of budget and a daily life. So there we are. Anyway, guys, well, hopefully you semi-enjoyed the video, and please, if you have any comments, questions, please comment below. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.